Hey there, and welcome to Nighttime Tales, our cosmic dreamers. As you get ready to drift off into slumber, join us on an enchanting journey through the stars. Our story tonight is filled with intergalactic adventures, unity, and the beauty of empathy. So snuggle up, get cozy, and let your imagination take flight. And before you close your eyes, don't forget to hit likes and subscribe to ensure you never miss a dreamy tale. Share the cosmic love and let's dive into a night of captivating dreams. Tonight, our story is Galaxy's Embrace. Let's start the story. In the distant reaches of the galaxy, where stars twinkled like scattered diamonds and nebula painted the cosmic canvas with vibrant hues, a monumental clash between two formidable forces was unfolding. The humans, representing Earth's most advanced civilization, had taken to the stars, expanding their dominion across planetary systems with ambitious fervor. On the other side, a coalition of alien species, collectively known as the United Galactic Alliance, stood united against the human expansionism. The interstellar wars had begun. The United Galactic Alliance was a diverse amalgamation of races, each with their unique attributes, technologies, and cultures. Their collective aim was to maintain balance and preserve the natural order of the cosmos, resisting the encroachment of human colonization, which they perceived as a threat to their way of life. Among the members of the United Galactic Alliance was a small group of beings from the planet Viridian, known for their wisdom and empathy. They were called the Harmonians, and they possessed a special ability that allowed them to sense the emotional energies of other sentient beings. This unique gift enabled them to understand the depths of anguish and despair caused by the ravaging wars. Harmonians held a long-standing belief in the inherent good within all beings, irrespective of their origins. Despite their affiliation with the United Galactic Alliance, a few Harmonians held a different perspective. They saw an opportunity to change the course of history and forge an unprecedented path toward peace. They believed in the potential for coexistence between humans and other galactic species rather than resorting to perpetual conflict. In the heart of the Harmonian settlement on the distant moon of 07, a clandestine gathering was taking place. 3 Harmonians, led by a wise elder named Lyrastra, formed a secret council to discuss their unorthodox ideas. They decided to reach out to a few selected humans in the hopes of finding common ground and putting an end to the devastating war. Lyrastra believed that the key to achieving harmony lay in empathy and understanding. The Harmonians understood that humans, like any species, had their hopes, dreams, and fears. They knew that by forming a personal connection, they could show humans the repercussions of their actions on the alien civilizations they encountered. Among the chosen humans was Captain James Colton, a charismatic and compassionate leader who had always questioned the righteousness of war. He had seen firsthand the destruction and loss that war brought upon both sides. However, he understood the duty he held to protect his people and their way of life. One fateful day, during a skirmish between the human fleet and the United Galactic Alliance, an opportunity presented itself. As Captain Colton led his squadron into battle, a strange event occurred. An intense gravitational anomaly enveloped his ship, rendering his weapons and communication systems useless. He was adrift in space, alone and vulnerable. In this moment of desperation, the Harmonians seized the chance to make contact. They transmitted a peaceful message to Captain Colton, reaching out to him in a language of emotions, bypassing the barriers of spoken communication. They conveyed their desire for a dialogue, urging him to consider an alternative to the endless conflict. As the Harmonian's message reached his consciousness, Captain Colton experienced a profound awakening. He felt the suffering and fear emanating from the alien beings his fleet had engaged in battle. The Harmonian's empathy touched his heart, and he knew he couldn't ignore their plea. Thus, a fragile but extraordinary alliance was born. Captain Colton, with the support of the Harmonians, began working covertly to find a pathway to peace between humans and the United Galactic Alliance. But little did they know that their actions would set in motion a series of events that would reshape the course of the interstellar wars and the fate of the entire galaxy. Captain James Colton's clandestine alliance with the Harmonians remained hidden from both his human superiors and the United Galactic Alliance. They knew that the repercussions of their actions, if discovered, could be severe and detrimental to their cause for peace. Despite the dangers, they pressed forward, driven by the hope of ending the senseless bloodshed. The bond between the Harmonians and Captain Colton deepened as they exchanged knowledge and experiences. The Harmonians introduced him to their culture, history, and their unique gift of empathic communication. In return, Captain Colton shared tales of Earth, its diverse inhabitants, and the dreams of a peaceful future for humanity. As the war raged on, the alliance between the humans and the Harmonians bore fruit. Slowly, Captain Colton's influence began to spread among his fellow captains and crew members. He encouraged them to reconsider their roles in the conflict and to see the alien species not as enemies, but as fellow beings with their own desires for survival and prosperity. The ripple effect of this newfound understanding was profound. Some human soldiers started questioning the purpose of the war, while others, who had already held reservations about the conflict, found the courage to voice their concerns openly. Captain Colton's leadership and his interactions with the Harmonians served as a beacon of hope, inspiring more individuals to seek alternatives to violence. Meanwhile, the United Galactic Alliance sensed a change in the humans' approach, though they remained uncertain of the underlying cause. Some saw it as a tactical maneuver, while others viewed it with cautious optimism. Nonetheless, they agreed to open a line of communication with the human forces, seeking to explore the possibility of a ceasefire. On a neutral asteroid outpost, representatives from both sides convened for a historic meeting. Among the United Galactic Alliance representatives was Lyrastra, the wise Harmonian elder. She presented their vision of peace, emphasizing the shared potential for mutual growth and understanding. While there were skeptics on both sides, the possibility of peace had gained traction. However, a faction within the United Galactic Alliance, known as the Vexorians, was adamantly opposed to any alliance with humans. The Vexorians were a powerful and militaristic race, driven by a history of territorial conflicts. They saw the humans' expansion as a threat to their sovereignty and were unwilling to compromise. As negotiations continued, tensions reached a breaking point when a Vexorian extremist group launched an attack on the outpost, seeking to derail any chance of peace. In the midst of chaos, Captain Colton and Lyrastra found themselves side by side, standing against the common threat. Together, they thwarted the attackers, showcasing the potential of cooperation between humans and the Harmonians. The incident further solidified the belief in a peaceful alliance among the humans and Harmonians. But the Vexorian attack also served as a reminder of the challenges they faced. The road to peace was still long and uncertain, but the seeds of change had been sown, and they refused to yield to the darkness of war. As news of the attack spread, the public's opinion across different planets began to shift. Many started questioning the validity of the long-standing enmity with humans. The collective desire for peace grew stronger, putting pressure on leaders from both sides to find a resolution. In the shadows, the Vexorians continued their clandestine efforts to undermine the peace process, determined to keep the galaxy engulfed in war. Their actions escalated tensions, leading to skirmishes and misunderstandings. Yet, the alliance between Captain Colton and the Harmonians remained steadfast, their determination to bridge the divide unshaken. Amid the turmoil, the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. The road to peace was fraught with obstacles, and the alliance faced its most formidable challenges yet. But as they stood together, united by empathy and hope, they knew that the struggle for a harmonious galaxy was far from over. The galaxy held its breath as the fragile alliance between the humans and the Harmonians faced the uphill battle for peace. With the Vexorians continuing to sow discord and animosity, both sides struggled to keep the flame of hope alive. Captain James Colton and Lyrastra, the wise Harmonian elder, found themselves at the forefront of this struggle, navigating treacherous waters to forge an enduring alliance. As the war raged on, a pivotal moment arrived when an emissary from the United Galactic Alliance approached the human leaders with an offer of a temporary ceasefire. Despite apprehensions on both sides, they agreed to a truce to allow for negotiations and a chance at understanding each other's grievances. In a fortified neutral space station known as the Nexus of Peace, representatives from Earth and the United Galactic Alliance gathered for a momentous summit. The atmosphere was tense, and emotions ran high as they faced each other across a long table, representatives from countless worlds brought together by the turmoil of war. Captain Colton and Larastra stood shoulder to shoulder, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to peace. They presented their vision for a galaxy where different civilizations could coexist harmoniously, where resources and knowledge could be shared for the betterment of all. The Vexorians, led by a formidable commander named General Vorak, fiercely opposed the notion of peace. Vorak saw the alliance with humans as a betrayal of their principles, and he was determined to assert the dominance of the United Galactic Alliance through military might. As the summit progressed, both sides laid bare their grievances, fears, and aspirations. The human representatives acknowledged their past mistakes in the zeal for expansion, while the Harmonians expressed their earnest desire to find common ground and avert further bloodshed. Lyrastra, with her gift of empathic communication, reached out to the hearts of all present. She allowed them to feel the suffering and loss experienced by beings on both sides of the conflict. The emotional turmoil stirred within the room was unlike anything they had experienced before, and it left many questioning their preconceptions. Captain Colton shared his own experiences, recounting the tales of bravery and camaraderie shown by both humans and alien species. He emphasized that while the war had brought immense pain, it also offered a chance to understand one another's struggles and aspirations better. General Vorak, though initially obstinate, couldn't deny the impact of the emotional encounter. Deep within his hardened heart, a seed of doubt sprouted. He had lost loved ones to the war as well, and the realization that his enemies felt the same pain forced him to reevaluate his stance. In the ensuing days, clandestine discussions and negotiations took place behind closed doors. The alliance between Captain Colton and Lyrastra proved instrumental in bridging the gaps and finding common ground. They sought to address the underlying issues that had led to the conflict and lay the foundation for lasting peace. In the end, the summit of Nexus of Peace yielded a groundbreaking outcome. A formal agreement was reached to end the hostilities and initiate a process of reconciliation. Plans for resource sharing, cultural exchange, and joint research were set in motion. It was a fragile beginning, but the first step toward unity had been taken. As news of the peace agreement spread across the galaxy, reactions were mixed. Some celebrated the dawn of a new era, while others remained skeptical, fearing that old wounds would prove too deep to heal. The Vexorians, in particular, were divided, with General Vorak's faction vowing to resist the alliance at any cost. But Captain Colton, Lyrastra, and those who believed in the power of unity persevered. They understood that the journey to lasting peace would be fraught with challenges and setbacks, but they were committed to staying the course. They knew that the survival of the galaxy depended on their ability to look beyond their differences and embrace the beauty of diversity. The galaxy was at a turning point, and the fate of its inhabitants lay in their collective hands. The alliance between humans and Harmonians, born amidst the chaos of war, held the key to a harmonious future for all sentient beings. Their endeavor to build bridges and embrace compassion was a testament to the enduring hope that one day the galaxy would be bound together in a tapestry of peace. As the galaxy attempted to mend its wounds and embrace the fragile peace agreement, the forces of resistance lurked in the shadows, determined to disrupt any chance of unity. The Vexorians, led by General Vorak, were the most prominent dissenting faction within the United Galactic Alliance. Fueled by bitterness and a thirst for vengeance, they continued their clandestine efforts to undermine the peace process. Meanwhile, Captain James Colton and Lyrastra, the wise Harmonian elder, worked tirelessly to strengthen the alliance between humans and the Harmonians. They knew that the success of their endeavor rested on building trust and fostering understanding among the diverse civilizations of the galaxy. In a move that defied convention, Captain Colton and Lyra initiated a series of cultural exchanges. They organized forums where representatives from different planets could share their histories, traditions, and arts. The Harmonians' empathic communication played a crucial role in bridging the language barriers, allowing for a deeper connection between beings from distinct worlds. As weeks turned into months, the cultural exchanges began to bear fruit. The once hostile civilizations started to appreciate the richness of their diversity and the shared human experience. Tales of heroism and tragedy, artistic expressions, and culinary delights ignited a sense of commonality that transcended the artificial boundaries of race and species. However, the path to peace was far from smooth. General Vorak and the Vexorians intensified their covert activities, instigating skirmishes and sabotaging diplomatic efforts. They saw the cultural exchanges as a weakness, an attempt to dilute the strength of the United Galactic Alliance. Captain Colton and Larastra understood the threat the Vexorians posed. They knew that the galaxy's newfound harmony could shatter at any moment. In response, they formed a secret task force comprised of loyal individuals from both human and Harmonian ranks. This elite group, known as the Equinox, was dedicated to countering the Vexorian plots and protecting the unity they had fought so hard to achieve. As the Equinox operated in the shadows, tensions continued to escalate in certain regions of the galaxy. Some planets, still reeling from the consequences of war, were hesitant to embrace the peace process fully. They feared betrayals and the resurgence of conflict. Captain Colton and Lyrastra knew that addressing these concerns was essential to ensuring the survival of the peace agreement. In a daring move, they orchestrated a series of open discussions where survivors from both sides of the war shared their experiences and grief. The Harmonians' gift of empathic communication allowed for a cathartic experience where beings from different species could truly understand the pain inflicted on one another. Among the participants was a Vexorian soldier named Sorin, who had lost his entire family to a human-led attack during the war. The emotional encounter forced Sorin to confront his hatred and question the path the Vexorians were taking. Deep down, he desired an end to the cycle of violence, but his loyalty to General Vorak held him captive. Captain Colton recognized the potential for redemption within Sorin. He extended an olive branch, inviting him to join the Equinox, where he could contribute to the galaxy's healing and be a part of a united front against the Vexorian extremists. Though torn, Sorin couldn't resist the allure of hope and a chance to make amends for his past actions. As Sorin joined the Equinox, he became the bridge between the humans and the Harmonians, showing them that even the most entrenched hatred could be overcome with empathy and understanding. The Equinox's efforts to quell Vexorian resistance proved successful. Slowly but surely, the galaxy began to unite behind the cause for peace. However, the path ahead remained uncertain, and the shadows of resistance continued to loom over the galaxy. As the fourth chapter of the galaxy's embrace unfolds, the fate of the Alliance and the galaxy's future hinge on the determination of its inhabitants to overcome their differences, face the shadows of their past, and embrace the light of harmony. As the galaxy's struggle for unity and peace continued, the Equinox, led by Captain James Colton and Lyrastra, the wise Harmonian elder, worked tirelessly to quell the shadows of resistance. Their alliance stood as a beacon of hope, bridging the divide between humans and Harmonians, while countering the Vexorian extremists' plots. Through their efforts, more and more planets began to join the cause for peace. The cultural exchanges fostered a deeper understanding among civilizations, and the once warring factions found common ground in shared experiences of loss and survival. The Equinox's actions began to bear fruit, and the galaxy inched closer to harmony. But the road to peace was rife with challenges. The Vexorians, unwilling to relinquish their ambitions for dominance, launched desperate counterattacks. General Vorak's thirst for vengeance only grew, and he remained relentless in his pursuit to undermine the Alliance. As tensions mounted, a turning point emerged during a crucial summit on the planet Argentia Prime. Representatives from the United Galactic Alliance, humans, Harmonians, and other species convened to solidify their commitment to peace. Captain Colton and Lyrastra took the stage, offering a vision of a galaxy where cooperation, respect, and understanding flourished. Amidst the discussions, a surprising revelation occurred. Soren, the former Vexorian soldier who had joined the Equinox, stepped forward to testify. He confessed to his past actions, acknowledging the pain and suffering he had inflicted upon innocent beings during the war. His heartfelt plea for forgiveness touched the hearts of many, demonstrating the possibility of redemption even in the darkest of time. Witnessing Soren's transformation, General Vorak was torn between his loyalty to the extremist cause and a glimmer of doubt within his heart. He had known Soren since their youth, and the emotional turmoil within his old comrade struck a chord. Deep down, he questioned the path he had chosen, but the pull of vengeance and pride was strong. Lyrastra, recognizing General Vorak's internal struggle, approached him with empathy. She reached out through her gift of empathic communication, allowing him to feel the anguish of all those affected by the war. General Vorak's hardened exterior cracked, and for a moment he glimpsed the possibility of a different path. As the summit progressed, General Vorak made a surprising announcement. He declared a temporary ceasefire, offering a chance for further negotiations. The galaxy watched, in anticipation, hopeful that perhaps the shadow of resistance might finally be lifted. In the days that followed, intense discussions took place between General Vorak, Captain Colton, and Lyrastra. The Equinox played a crucial role in brokering an understanding. General Vorak's heart began to soften, and he saw that the relentless pursuit of vengeance only perpetuated the cycle of suffering. In a moment of clarity, General Vorak made an unprecedented decision. He dissolved the Vexorian extremist faction and pledged his loyalty to the peace efforts. His actions sent shockwaves through the galaxy, sparking both hope and skepticism. With General Vorak's defection, the path to peace became clearer. More factions within the United Galactic Alliance began to question the resistance and sought reconciliation with the humans and Harmonians. The galaxy saw that even the most stubborn hearts could change, given a chance at redemption and understanding. As the embers of hope ignited, a formal alliance was established, united by the pursuit of peace and a shared vision for the galaxy's future. A council comprising representatives from all allied planets was formed to govern jointly, ensuring that the needs and aspirations of each civilization were considered. The Equinox, once a secret task force, was now a symbol of unity and cooperation. It became a dedicated peacekeeping and diplomatic organization, mediating disputes and working to prevent conflicts before they escalated. Though the road to lasting peace remained uncertain, the galaxy had taken a significant step forward. The scars of war would not fade overnight, but the determination to heal and build a harmonious future burned brightly. The galaxy's embrace became a saga of resilience, empathy, and hope. It reminded the galaxy that the power of unity could triumph over division and that compassion could conquer hatred. As Captain James Colton, Lyrastra, General Vorak, and the many beings across the galaxy forged alliances, they knew that the journey to peace would be a lifelong commitment. With the embers of hope igniting, the galaxy stood at the precipice of change, daring to envision a future where beings of all species could coexist in harmony. But as the story of Galaxy's Embrace continues, the fate of the Alliance remains uncertain, and the shadows of resistance still linger, ready to challenge the newfound peace at any moment. With the embers of hope still burning bright, the galaxy embarked on an arduous journey toward lasting peace. The alliance between humans, Harmonians, and other species proved formidable, but the shadows of resistance persisted, determined to disrupt the fragile harmony. As the Equinox, led by Captain James Colton, Lyrastra, and General Vorak, continued their efforts to mediate disputes and foster understanding, they encountered new challenges. Some planets, scarred by the war, remained hesitant to fully embrace the peace process. Old prejudices and fears simmered beneath the surface, threatening to ignite once more. The Council of Representatives from different planets, though united in their pursuit of peace, found it challenging to reconcile the diverse needs and interests of their respective civilizations. Tensions flared, and progress seemed elusive at times. In the midst of these challenges, an unforeseen threat emerged from the depths of space, a mysterious cosmic entity known as the Oblivion Convergence. This enigmatic force fed on discord and chaos, seeking to plunge the galaxy into eternal conflict. Its dark tendrils spread across the cosmos, sowing seeds of dissent and strife. The Oblivion Convergence preyed on the shadows of resistance, exploiting the lingering bitterness and mistrust among the galaxy's inhabitants. It whispered promises of power and vengeance, luring those susceptible to its influence. Captain Colton, Lyrastra, and General Vorak recognized the grave danger this entity posed and knew that the Alliance needed to stand united against this common foe. A daring plan was devised, a united front against the Oblivion Convergence. Representatives from all allied planets put aside their differences, pooling their knowledge and resources to face this formidable adversary. The Equinox played a central role, coordinating the efforts to counter the cosmic threat. As the galaxy braced for an epic confrontation, alliances were tested and loyalties were reaffirmed. The courage and resilience of the united beings served as a testament to the strength of harmony and empathy. It was not just a war against an external force. It was an internal battle against the shadows that resided within every individual. Captain Colton and his crew, alongside the Harmonians and General Vorak's forces, led the charge into the heart of the Oblivion Convergence. The battle was fierce, and sacrifices were made, but the Alliance remained unwavering in its determination to protect their newfound harmony. In a climactic moment, the Alliance tapped into the power of empathy, the very force that had brought them together. They used the Harmonians' gift of empathic communication to channel a wave of understanding and compassion directed towards the Oblivion Convergence. The entity recoiled in the face of such united strength, its malevolent grip weakened. As the Oblivion Convergence waned, the galaxy witnessed a powerful transformation. Beings from all walks of life, humans, Harmonians, and other species, began to realize the true potential of unity. They saw that the strength of harmony lay not just in numbers or advanced technology, but in the ability to understand, respect, and uplift one another. In the aftermath of the cosmic battle, the galaxy embraced a newfound era of cooperation and reconciliation. The Oblivion Convergence, though defeated, served as a haunting reminder of the consequences of division. The shadows of resistance still lingered, but the Alliance remained resolute, committed to nurturing empathy and compassion to keep darkness at bay. With General Vorak's defection to the Alliance, he played a vital role in reconciling with his fellow Vexorians. He helped dismantle the remnants of the extremist faction, striving to mend the fractures within his own species and encourage others to embrace the path of peace. As the tale of Galaxy's embrace reached its zenith, Captain James Colton, Lyrastra, and General Vorak stood together not as leaders of different factions, but as champions of unity. Their journey had taught them that empathy and understanding were the true keys to lasting harmony. The galaxy would forever remember the galaxy's embrace, a saga that began with war and strife, but evolved into a story of resilience, hope, and the power of empathy. In the boundless expanse of the cosmos, the balance of harmony had been found, a delicate equilibrium upheld by the united hearts of diverse civilizations. As the final chapter of Galaxy's Embrace concluded, the story lived on, etched into the collective memory of the galaxy's inhabitants. They knew that the journey to peace was never truly over, that it required continuous effort and unwavering compassion to navigate the ever-changing currents of the cosmos. And so the galaxies of the universe continued to spin, a symphony of stars and beings, their destinies intertwined by the profound lessons of Galaxy's Embrace, a reminder that in the embrace of unity, the galaxy thrived and the future held limitless possibilities for all. The end. Thank you for joining us on this cosmic journey through galaxies' embrace. If this interstellar adventure resonated with you, don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your cosmic impressions and any suggestions for future tales. And remember, if you want more captivating stories like this, hit that likes button, subscribe to Nighttime Tales, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an enchanting narrative. Until our next cosmic rendezvous, keep dreaming among the stars